Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing really good. It's Go to Your Own Research. Long time no see. I've missed y'all. I hope you miss me too. I know I haven't been here for a few weeks, but I'm back. So I just wanted to talk about something different, and this came up. This came up on my feed. It really took me by surprise because literally the other day we were talking about this open source intelligence, and so this video comes up and I just watched it, and I really wasn't expecting it to lead me down the rabbit hole that it did. But here we are. Because obviously, if you've never watched my channel before, and I don't even know if anyone's going to watch me doing this live because it's a bit of a random topic, but I don't really care. I like to talk about things that no one else is talking about. And also, I feel like I need to express my critical thinking somewhere, and that's what I've done here. I'm not trying to cause drama. I'm not trying to get into arguments with anyone, but just watching this video and literally checking the original source is what led me to find out what I'm about to share with you. So the video that I'm talking about, let me share it with you right now. Okay, it's this guy, Colso, and it just literally just came up on my feed. Yeah, like I said the other day, I can't remember why, I can't remember the context, but in the live chat we were talking about this geotagging thing, like, and I was going, oh yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It's something beginning with O, and that's what it was. It was open source intelligence. Yeah. And I was saying, like, people do courses in it, which they literally do. So yeah, it's called How I Track Down an Animal Abuser Using OSINT, and his name is Colsto. And when I saw it, so this video has been out since July 12th, which is 6 days ago. I probably must have seen it, I guess, when it had been out a couple of days. And then I kind of like forgot about it. And then I think yesterday I was like, you know what? It came up again and it had 1.6 million views. And I'm like, whoa, I'm going to now go and check the original person who posted the video that he used in the video. So let me quickly show you his channel. He's not been going for too long. Yeah, his name is Colsto, and it says place to post random projects, usually finding things, OSINT and geolocation case studies, finding locations from photos, satellite data, and open source intelligence. Yeah, then he's got a Discord server, and I'm like, I ain't joining that. He's got an Instagram which has very few followers, and he's joined YouTube. Well, this channel started in March 2025, so it's not been going long. So to get 1.6 million views is goals, basically. So let me go back to this. Yeah. So the reason why it caught my eye as well is because he's talking about a location in London, and I think that was what prompted me to try and find out. Oh, because I was like, you know what? He does all this stuff. I'm actually going to read you a description of it. And I watched the video and I was like, I would have just gone to see who posted it and like seen if they posted anything else in that area, and then I would have found out like where they lived. Would have been a much easier way of what he describes. Because, yeah, as soon as I saw the location, I was like, it looks kind of familiar to me, because obviously I live in London, in case you don't know, and I've driven all over London for years. So I'm sure I actually know I've driven down this street. Right. So it says, this video walks through a text-based semantic search methodology for narrowing a large geolocation search space. The case study involves identifying the exact location of a short video taken somewhere in London. First, open source Open Roads dataset was used to identify the 80,000 candidate T-junctions. Next, OSM was used to filter to the 20,000 junctions on 2-lane roads. So as soon as he started doing this, I was like, you what? You are not going to find it like that. And Google Street View panos pulled for these. Lastly, CLIP SIG-LIP models were used to score against natural language prompts describing visible features in the footage. So I think he's talking about there's like an electrical box. A two-pass architecture was used. This is the program he says he's using to find the location. Whereas, like, for me, a much simpler way of doing it, as I was saying, is like, if you go and find the person that's posted it and go and check on some of their other videos, like, if this is the kind of content they post, just random bits of filming near their area, you're going to see like a street name or something, which is going to much easier give away like where they live, rather than looking through 20,000 results. Because I'm not going to show the whole video because I don't want to get done for copyright, honestly. But that's essentially what he does in the video. And then this program, SIG LIP SO 400 meters to refine 400M, to refine the top decile with additional directional crops, e.g. railings on both sides of a crossing. I immediately saw it as well and thought that has to be in North or East London. That's the other thing I was going to say. The workflow could be improved by 1, adding image to image matching alongside text prompts where a reference view of the target scene is available. 2, incorporating late interaction multi-vector scoring for features that occupy small portions of the frame. And 3, offloading the second recording run to cloud GPU compute. This sounds very like what I hear people talking about in AI conversations. The back half of the video covers the follow-through after the geolocation was solved, reaching out to nearby vet practices and the RCBS Code of Professional Conduct disclosure exception and the current state of responses from the RSPCA and the vet practices. This video is intended for educational purposes, focusing on methodology and analytical reasoning using publicly available data. Okay, hun. Right. Let's watch this video. Oop. Right. Let's get it back to the start. Obviously, we got adverts. Okay.
So I came across this video, and I'm blurring parts of it obviously, but in it, a guy is just dragging his dog across the pavement. Now, I love animals, so this is heartbreaking to see. I reported it to the RSPCA, who handles cases like...
So, you see that music? It's like, it's very like drawing you in music. And then obviously he's like, I don't like cruelty to animals. And I'm like, yeah, no one likes cruelty to animals. Do you know what I mean? So instantly you're thinking, okay, I agree with that. And he's like moving it along very, very quickly. But yeah, let me just rewind 1 second. and show you again before you miss it, in case you missed it.
So I came across this video, and I'm blurring parts of it obviously, but in it, a guy is just dragging his dog across the pavement. Now I love animals, so this is heartbreaking to see. I reported it to the RSPCA who handles cases like this. The problem is that the original poster isn't the one who filmed it, and you can't see the guy's face.
That part. Like, not being funny, but yeah, this is so random. This is so random. Like, reporting it to the RSPCA, I can tell you already, I have reported neglect of animals. I literally knew who the person was. I knew the location. It was it was happening in real time. They are not going to do anything. They expect you to organize something from your end. So I don't know what he thought this was going to achieve. As you can see, that is all you can see of the guy. Yeah. And this is pretty much all you can see of the location. But he uses this railings, and I mean, I think you get to see, I'm going to turn it down a little bit just to make sure. But yeah, you can see some of the buildings opposite, but really you see very little. And so then he shows where he saw the video, right? So this is red flag number 1. Okay? Because when you see who this account is, it's really a massive. First of all, it's a red flag of who the account is. Second of all, it literally says in the comments the location of the video. So that was when I thought, are you serious? Okay, let me just play a little bit more.
Video that 99% of cases like this don't have. This dog has a cone on it, meaning it probably had a recent vet appointment. So if we can locate where this video is taken, we can contact the nearby vets, see who recognizes this dog, and then they could send the info of the owner to the RSPCA. So let's locate this.
Okay, so that's the intro. As I said, the rest of the video is him showing his supposed methodology of how he got to find out where the location was and then contacted the vets, all right? So what did I do? I went and looked up the account. I'm going to make sure I get on the right page. Yeah. Well, actually, I could just first thing I can do is I did a Google search of that account name. Yeah. Kiera Dis. That's them. Clearly AI. Oh, it takes you to Twitter. How do I get off that? Okay. Yeah, so clearly that is an AI generated picture, yeah. And it's got British flags, it's got a bit of a like graffiti in the background, urban setting. She looks pretty pissed off, right? And then actually talking about Millwall FC, which is a football team. So, yeah, let me, and then there was other stuff like this is also AI. And then this was the biggest red flag. Yeah, it was like restore Britain. So this straight away shows you yeah. Okay, Kira Dis 6, but this is Ko-Fi. So this is on their X profile, right? Let me just quickly show you their X profile. Okay. Right, this is their X profile. Yeah. Freedom of speech, information, human freedom, ideas, rights, blah, blah, blah. And it says, Kira Dis, activist, patriot, parent, migrant hotels, UK, X community, hashtag enough is enough. Right? And then you've got join June 2025. Link to buymeacoffee.com, Kira Dis. So that was what I just pulled up. Leads you to this page, which has got Restore Britain across the top. So Restore Britain is a right wing, hard right, some people might say fascist political party here in the UK that started fairly recently. I guess it started in 2025. And these are some of this person's. By the way, this person is a catfish, 100%, because obviously that's an AI generated image. Everything they've posted on their account is reposting. There's no original content on there. I don't even know if it is even a woman, to be honest with you. But these are some of the people that have donated. 6 supporters. And what I noticed straight away was, okay, so speaking of open source, this is all open source. I'm not disclosing anything that isn't on her public profile. So yeah, she says, I'm a hardline patriot encouraging peaceful activism as our country fights for its very existence. Most will know me from my work on X, but I also have other projects I take part in for the good of the country. Our main focus is migrant hotels and the impact on our communities. We have been mapping and exposing locations where our children will be at risk. If you would like to contribute, then of course I would appreciate it. We must keep fighting. Enough is enough. Do you know one thing that really annoys me? Well, there's a lot of things that really annoy me about these people that like to expose migrants. They have children. They have children. They have as much right to be in this country as you do. I've made this point before. You're literally demonizing them. So we've got this person, EHL35309, became a supporter. I enjoyed your dog picture. A nice break from the madness. I will send a message on X in a few days. Oh, sorry, I should have showed you, actually. I had to open so many tabs. Right. So this is the actual post where he's got the video from, where Colstar got his video from, yeah? It was posted on June 22nd. She said, I'm actually sorry to have to share this, but it's left me angry as I can't identify where this is, and the girl behind the camera hasn't replied. Instead of reporting, she's dubbed the saxophone over and posted to social media. If you can recognize this dog, please DM me immediately, right? And that's why I said I would go and find out who that person was and see what videos they posted, because it's the time me and my friend just wanted to go for food and witness this. Anyway, we're going to go back to that. Let me go back to the Ko-fi. The Ko-fi supporters. So we've got Stephen Pike is now a member. Hi, Stephen. Thank you for your support. Are you on X? EHL again, keep up the great work. Change always takes longer than we think it should. Best to you and your family. She said, thank you. It's very much appreciated in these changing times on X. Please do take care. Union Jack flag. Elite Kafir became a supporter. Long live UK. EHL again became a supporter. Said, I added extra with Unite this month. Do it proud. So I guess that was last month. That Unite, was it last month or the month before? That Unite the Kingdom event that I made a very short video about, where I showed that they spent like £4.8 million on policing a bunch of racist people, and some people that weren't even from the UK that got up on the stage and were cosplaying as Muslims and doing like little striptease dances. So yeah, I think he's talking about that. The reply was, honestly, thank you so much. Your support is invaluable and really appreciated. I wish you and your family well. I will message you on X shortly. Bet you will. Carl Joseph became a supporter. Thank you for standing up. Thank you, Carl. Thanks, Kira. This is XEHL again. Thanks, Kira. The best to you and your family. Thank you so much for your support. The same to you and your family. Stay safe, stay happy. God bless. EHL again. Thank you for following me back. Stay strong every day. Positive change gets closer. Matt Love became a supporter. Thank you, Matt. Very kind of you. EHL 35309 again. Great job. I'm proud of you. You are making a difference. Kira responded, that's so kind. Please do send me your X handle so we can connect. EHL 35309. Stay proud, strong and peaceful. These are all the donations that EHL has been sending. Donations and DMs. Super creepy, if you ask me. I just want to maybe try and imagine that this is an older guy who's maybe he's younger, but I don't know. I don't think he's the brightest. I don't think he's the sharpest tool in the box. If you can't realize this is clearly not who it is in that picture, I just don't know what to tell you. Holes. How do you know they're even in the UK? How do you know they even went to the demonstration? Honestly, in all honesty. Holes Loose C1 became a supporter. Keep up the great work you're doing. Thank you so much. Right. So that was that. But then it doesn't end there, yeah? There's another one that I found. This is just an anonymous X account. And I found all of this just from doing a very simple search. Just put their name in. They're literally a nobody. They're a made-up person, yeah? Crowdfunder. A small fund for the schoolboy attack victim. Gillingham, Kent. £2,290 was raised. Kira Dis, project owner. Aim. We've doubled the target as we smashed through £1,000. Let's show him some British love and get him something super special. Thank you. Collecting specifically for the student of Lilsbury High School, Newport, who recently suffered a horrendous attack. A small donation would give him an extra wonderful summer holiday to look forward to. The full amount will be transferred directly up to Geffin's mum, Denise. Thank you for your kindness and support. Right, so this was all going on in 2025. Whether this person gave the donations over, I have no idea. But anyway, there's that. Okay, let's look at some of the other stuff that they've posted. complete nonsense, complete racist attracting nonsense. Okay, we've got a video here. Again, this is not posted by her. Look, that's a man. Well, you can tell it's a man because they're going to speak. But basically, this is I guess someone that calls themselves an auditor. So he's literally pulled up against this cab driver, right, who's a Sikh. Let me just show you. Yeah. He's pulled into a lay-by. He's pulled up with his camera filming all these people that like want to make it a safer Britain. And he's literally accused this guy of fly tipping some stuff that's just happens to be left in this lay-by, and basically now posted it as, I found an immigrant fly tipping. Let me show you what I mean, because I'm laughing because it just sounds ridiculous. This is genuinely what these people are doing.
And put all that back in the van.
Pardon?
Put that back in your car now.
That one?
Is that all back in your car now?
That is not mine.
It is.
No.
I've just watched you do it.
No, I did not.
Put it all back. I've got dash cams in my van. Put that back in there.
Then
you drive away.
okay.
Put it back in.
But that is not mine.
I've just watched you doing it.
No, I did not take. I did not do.
Lift your fan up.
No, I
Lift your back door up. Let's see the dust off them bricks.
No. That is not mine. You can do what
I've just watched you doing it.
Pardon?
I'm not being funny, yeah, but if he had just unloaded those bricks, he'd be white. He's wearing a white top. There'd be evidence on his shirt. His hands would be all dusty and dirty as well. Like, he would have worn gloves. It's just ridiculous. This is what I mean, where I'm like, critical thinking. I can't believe people are that thick that they'll watch this and go, oh yeah, it was definitely him that dropped those bricks there.
I've just watched you do it.
If you want it, you can do it.
There's all the broken slabs, look.
Pardon?
You will still got, I've caught you part way through doing it, look.
I did not do anything.
Yes, you have. So we'll have a picture of that off you. Nice picture of your fly tipping face. Nice picture of your reg. Straight to South Derbyshire District Council. Yes, you have. Not on my watch, mate. And we'll have your taxi licence number as well. We can get that. So there's a fly tipper caught in action.
He didn't catch him in action, though. He didn't catch him in action. I don't know. She says, you can put that back in the car now. The fly tipping taxi was caught and handed dumping a bootload on the side of the road. He simply drove off not before his license and registration numbers were recorded. I hate bloody people turning our country into a third world bleep hole. You do know fly tipping is done by people of all shades, but mainly done by lazy cheapskates in general. Is it those that are turning it into a third world country, or only one group? I think there's some more comments I saw. Yeah, it's got 341 comments. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think that is good enough evidence. They're turning Britain into one big ropey rubbish tip, an island of rubbish. Derby taxi driver sacked after fly tipping video shared. A taxi firm said it had investigated the incident and sacked the driver. Oh, okay. So he did do it. Well, I still don't think it has anything to do with his race. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if I believe it, honestly. But this is the kind of rage baiting thing that has been posted on these accounts. Is this from a number of months ago and dealt with by environmental health? I mean, to be fair, that might not even be the same guy in the video. I don't know. This is the point I'm trying to make, is like they're just posting random clips and then everyone just goes along with it. Right, I'll show you another one. Let me get rid of that. There was this one I found as well. Right, this is an Instagram post from her account. Well, no, it's not from her account. Someone's made a video. Someone's made an Instagram post about one of her posts, right? Again, it's about immigrants.
All right, clearly being educated is not your strong point, Kira, so I'm going to explain something to you very, very simply, and hopefully you will understand it and regret the stupidity that you're displaying for everybody to see on X, although many people on X are equally as stupid as you. Halal meat being sold as Irish in Lidl. It's one thing openly selling halal slaughtered meat, but to be disguising it as Irish lamb is disgusting. Now, this is the mentality that people have when they say that you can't be Muslim and British. I'm British. There's many white people who are British who happen to be Muslim. The same way that the lamb being slaughtered is an Irish lamb, whether it's stunned, whether it's slaughtered, whether it dies naturally. The lamb itself is Irish lamb, grazed in Ireland, living in Ireland, eating in Ireland, and then it's slaughtered in a humane way, halal slaughter. So it still is Irish, but it's also halal. Use your brain, love.
Yeah. It's not just me. So just to have a quick look through some of her other posts, right? As I said, this was her profile. I'll share this instead, right? This is the kind of fly tipping that is really serious. And to be fair, if you actually look into it, there's a massive one. There's a massive story that's been reported on YouTube I've seen a few months ago, whereas actually part of what's his name, King Charles's land that's been used as a massive rubbish tip landfill. This landfill, but it's not being filled, and King Charles knows about it. And basically, this is pretty much down to the council, this kind of stuff, yeah? Because they are paying people, random people, to get rid of rubbish, and it's ending up in places like where King Charles owns, which is just like some random field behind a main road, yeah? And he's now refusing to do anything about it. He's charging it back to the council. Yeah. So it's the council that are responsible for giving permits out for contracting people to go and do massive, we're talking about like house clearances, we're talking about construction, we're talking about massive industrial levels of waste, not whatever that little pile of bricks was, which I don't know. I'm still not convinced because he didn't have anything on his white top. But yeah, so there's stuff about that. Then there's oh god, they're obsessed with people crossing channels. It's just ridiculous. Again, the amount of, I don't know why anyone wants to come here on a boat, honestly. But it just shows you the level of desperation that people are at. They're literally, some of these people are being forced to do this, you know. They're coming out of like literally no other option, because who would honestly choose to come here and be treated like this, if you ask me? And the hotels thing, as I've made a video about like ages ago, it's Serco, yeah. Again, this is government contracts. This is local council contracts. Serco has a massive government contract to process people that come to this country. They don't just do that. They do so many of our state-run services. They're a private equity company. They used to be run by, I think it was like the grandson of Winston Churchill, yeah? So if you want to be mad at people, those hotels, they literally advertise for those hotels. Those hotels ain't getting no business. They're run down. They would be closed down if they didn't give the money. Serco advertises on their website, we need you. We need hotels to put people in. That's who you should be taking your anger out at, not the poor people that come over here. Anyway, this is this is what she's been posted like just today. There's another situation that has been going on in regards to an MP who was murdered like last week. I was kind of thinking about making a video about it, but then I was like, I don't really want to go there because it's been so weird watching it develop. Like when I first saw it, I was like, no way. I just didn't even think it was real. But yeah, so this woman called Anne Widdecombe, she was an MP. She's been on like celebrity reality TV shows. She's made a lot of very hurtful comments and policies towards minority groups such as immigrants, such as gay people, such as women, without going into it too much. I certainly was not a fan of her. And yeah, apparently someone murdered her like last week, and the police have literally said, as usual, they've been putting out all these cryptic press statements and saying people, no one's allowed to speculate. We do not want you to speculate. So who's been speculated? I'll give you 3 guesses. MPs and right-wing podcast and media channels and media platforms. So yeah, there's been a lot of speculation. Obviously, all of those people were desperate for it to be someone who isn't white, someone who isn't right-wing. And they have arrested a couple of suspects. The first one was a white guy, and then the second one was also a white guy from Rotherham, which is up north. So yeah, of course, that she's talking about that. And I've not even read this, but I believe that today they've basically, when I say they, the Daily Mail, breaking Daily Mail reveals new background on Joshua Kerry, the suspect in the murder of former Minister Anne Widdecombe. And so, yeah, they've posted that picture of him. And they've said that it's like the terrorism squad are being involved. Apparently someone's been arrested for making a tweet about her. It's just another media circus. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage as well, I didn't even mention this. So Nigel Farage, who's like the leader of Reform, so he resigned. This happened just before this murder. Very interesting timing. He, of course, has made it all about him, and he's been the one speculating. He's been going to do press conferences outside her house because she was a member of his party. and saying he needs more security and he's just trying to do his job, where his job has always been doing pretty much what that guy in that video that I just showed does, which is just filming random people and trying to make everyone angry about it without having enough context or sensitivity to their situation. So yeah, that was what that was about. Anyway, this is obviously something she's upset about, fly tipping. And, you know, the reason why I get bothered about this stuff is because I've said before, I think, that it really does affect regular people's brains. Like last year, I was talking to this guy and he was saying to me, the reason why all the rubbish builds up all the time is because of immigrants. And this was a black guy. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, well, I go around and film stuff and I've posted it on my YouTube channel, and people in the comments say that it's like people from different cultures. And I'm just like, listen, hon, you are black. You should be able to see through this. But this is genuinely what is happening in real life. It's not just online. People are seeing this stuff and it's going in and it's really making them just not, I don't know, they're taking it at face value. They're subconsciously taking it in and thinking that there's truth to it, where it's the same stuff that we've been hearing for decades and decades and decades. Anyway, so that was her channel. There was also stuff about pride. You know, it's just like the same typical subjects to go for, to get rage bait. Let me see if I can see anything. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, all this is about pride. Targets, the easy targets. Gay people, immigrants, making it all about them. But you stay safe. Looks like some kind of event going on, AI generated artwork. It's just like the signs are all there. British flags. What's this? Migrant buses. It's just pure and utter hate and negativity and unnecessary and not going to actually change anything. And it's a small minority of people that really do, that really actually believe in this stuff. All right, so that's some background on her. Let's now go to the post that she made on June 22nd. So she said, I'm actually sorry to have to share this, but it's left me angry as I can't clarify where this is. And the girl behind the camera hasn't replied. Instead of reporting, she's dubbed the saxophone over and posted to social media. If you recognize this dog, please DM me immediately. All right. So there's a lot of comments. But actually, the first comment I wanted to show was I hope I didn't get rid of it. Oh, I know what I need to do. Sorry, sometimes I forget what I'm doing. Yeah, I actually meant to have this ready. I do apologize. There's just so much bullshit to go through. But yeah, I mean, for example, going back to the Anne Widdecombe suspect, yeah, like the police have said don't speculate. Nigel Farage immediately started speculating, drove up to her house, started talking about a red car parked outside. I think the only reason why that guy is a suspect is because someone reported him leaving his house hours before the incident happened, which they've said, they've calculated would have taken the same amount of time for him to drive there. And then it turned out that his brother lived there. So apparently his brother was arrested first and then released, and now they've picked him up. So the point is, it's the press that have released his face, I think. And we don't really know whether this guy is responsible or not at this point in time. This would not be the first time that the police have picked up the wrong suspect and held them, and people have even gone to jail for this stuff in the past because of press pressure. Oh, so annoying. Sorry, I'm trying to find I'm trying to find this one particular comment and now I've lost it. Okay, let's try that. Recent. It's going to mess up a bit of my video. Oh. Okay, let me go back to the comments anyway. I'll have to try and find it in a minute. Sorry. So, yeah, the comments she got on June 23rd and 22nd. Somebody needs to suffer until their ticker stops ticking. Sorry, that's just how I feel about dog abusers. She said, that's exactly how I feel. Will, what the fuck? Poor baby looks dead. Oh my God. I thought that, Jilly. I have to find it somehow. If I see somebody doing this, I'm going to prison. Find location of video. Okay, so this is literally on June 23rd. Yeah, it was posted on June 22nd. June 23rd, right? These are all from June 23rd, June 22nd. Maria Crouch replied, oh, sorry, not Maria Couch. I've lost it. Oh, yeah, sorry. It was, I noticed a lot of these, most of these accounts are verified as well, by the way. Verified. An AI account is verified on X. Vlad was right. Find location of video, search local vets and area, show this video, then advise them to call the police and RSPCA. It's funny because that's exactly what he did in the YouTube video. Scum. Bulldogs are buggers for just refusing to move, but even so, no bloody excuse for this. Would happily take him for a drag, see how he likes it. WTF? No effing way I'd allow that. I'd be straight in and take that poor dog off of him. Regardless, absolutely regardless. I hope they find the evil twat. Did I even play the video? Yeah, I think I did, didn't I? Let me play it again. Right. The comment that I'm literally trying to find is some guy that says that there's a lot of people that post these kind of videos specifically to rage bait and get engagement, and they are animal abusers. Like, the person who videoed it could have been with him, basically, is what I'm saying. Again, because you have this lack of context, there's nothing to prove that he has come from a vet or that he's a patient at a local vet, which is the assumption they're making. Like, a lot of dogs have to wear those cones. I think it's just like a health and safety thing. A lot of swearing. Maria Crouch said, urgent, this dog needs help. Any witnesses to this man and woman filming can give a description to police. And if anyone recognizes this dog and owner, include any vet, as this dog looks like it's been to one. Please give police and local RSPCA. These two need to be arrested. I would have removed that dog in a heartbeat instead of making effing videos. Jesus Christ. Does anyone actually physically do anything to stop people anymore? Who just films it and don't do anything? Well, as I just said, what an effing CUNT. When my dog has downed tools in the past, I gave him 3 minutes rest. And if he still didn't want to walk, then I carried him. If I saw someone dragging their dog along like this, then I would punch the CUNT straight in the effing face. There's so much swearing. Someone find out and expose that monster, please. You can't even see the guy's face. Like, if I had witnessed it, I'd have wrestled him until he gave me that poor dog. Okay, so then the poor child, this is blatant abuse. He doesn't deserve to own a dog. So then we get to Burden Gridge's post, yeah? Let me just zoom in on this. He literally posted, the location is the junction of Tredegar Road and Mustin Grove. The Bow PDSA Pet Hospital is nearby on Malmesbury Road and seems like the obvious place to ask. All right. So just in case you were wondering, I can indeed show you that that is the location. This is on Google Maps, okay? It's literally there. It is in East London, as I said. That's a map of London. So, yeah. You're telling me that guy, Costo, saw that video on X, right? And didn't read all these comments showing him the location before he made his video, which came out on, like I said, I think I got rid of the video off my tabs, but I think it was on the 12th of July. And that was on the 23rd of June that all these people posted these comments. Which one? 6 days ago. Yeah. 12th of July. He posted that. I'm just saying. But yeah, so the end part of his video, he literally, let me just show you. To get rid of these adverts. He literally says, I'll show you like, oh. You see all this he's doing, like telling you that he's using all these programs to look for these boxes. It's just all nonsense. When someone's literally told him the location in the comments on the next day, if not the day. He's talking about, oh yeah, I looked up what part of London has that particular type of railing. Sure you did. Sure you did. This is definitely AI artificial intelligence being used there to give him an answer that's already been posted on the same day. So yeah, this is all where he's showing like the results. Yeah. I was honestly watching it thinking there must be an easier way to do this. And sometimes I do that anyway, just like when I'm bored. If I'm watching, I don't know. And like there's other ways to get clues from people's videos. Like, let's say you're watching a video and they're in Portugal, for example. And there's like a fiesta going on, or they go to the local shops. Like the other day, I was watching someone in Slovenia and I literally found the town she was in going by a hotel she passed on the road, you know? No need for all of that messing around. So these are the vets that he said he pulled up. I mean, then I've not got to the worst bit. Is he says that he contacted every single one of these vets in this area after determining the location of where the video was taken, right? Obviously, they're not going to tell him anything. But that is, I don't think he realizes that's a hell of a long way from that location. And like I said, the guy on X had already shown that it was really near to this hospital. Which is actually like a state-run place, I think, whereas all the others are, well, like a charity one, I should say, whereas all the others are private. And then you got comments like this. Hope to see a video as him getting dragged out on a lead, twat. I'm not sure if it's the jabs, but too many people have now lost compassion. God knows what's going on behind closed doors. It's bad enough that someone is doing this, but what idiot would find it funny? That is effing sickening. Blah, 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 blah. So much swearing. UK ICE agent. There are a lot of people that don't need to exist. Let's fix this island and separate the chat. I swear to God, this is happening on on X every day. Genuinely, while Kira gets her Ko-fi donations from idiots that think she's a real person fighting for the country. Wait, what did that last one say? It's got a cone on, so it's just had surgery. What the F's? I hope this bastard gets caught. I don't know if it does mean that, but I guess it could. I don't know. Sometimes people put them on for other reasons, though. Like, they don't want them to lick a wound or something. I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just so many conclusions being drawn from the smallest amount of information. But yeah, I think the other thing, I really want to find this. I need to find this other comment where she said, let me go back to the video. Yeah, so he ends the video by saying that he contacts the Bow PDSA. And of course, duh, you don't say, they're not going to give out any personal information over the phone. Like, I mean, first of all, it's like, what are you going to say? Oh, I just see someone on TikTok dragging a dog along the floor. I can't see his face or anything, but I think it's near your office. We simply don't have the facilities or the resources to do anything about that. Then these are like emails he said that he sent where they were like, it's covered by GDPR. I mean, exactly. Because again, you don't know from that video whether that is the owner of the dog. You literally don't know who that man is. He could have stolen that dog for all we know. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, a little bit of common sense, a little bit of intelligence. But he's pulling on the heartstrings in this video. So then he says, basically, they're not going to give out any information unless the police contact them. And then he's like, well, I've made an open case with the RSPCA. Again, the RSPCA are not going to do anything like that because it's just a waste of their time more than anything. But sadly, yeah, animal cruelty, no one agrees with it. No one agrees with it. So it's pretty easy to make a video and find sympathy when you say, oh, I'm really trying to do something about animal cruelty. Cruelty to animals, sorry. Also, like, just randomly, because, you know, I take interest in so many different subjects. I noticed a few years ago from watching random stuff on TV, when I used to watch TV, that there was a whole series in America called Animal Police Cops or something. And I mean, you see, the American capitalist system, yeah, is like, they use capitalism to deal with any problem, which actually makes the problem worse. So what they do is they have a whole in certain states, I think it was like Texas or I forget, and it's from a long time ago as well. It's like from the 2010s. They used to drive around these random areas and they would get reports. So if you get reports of like animal neglect in a house, for example, there would be like horses, sometimes dogs, people that have like loads of cats. Very often these people are dealing with psychological issues as well, because they're keeping lots of cats. They're taking animals in and they're trying to take care of them, and obviously it's a very unhealthy environment and the animals get sick. And so then these animal cops have to come in and deal with it. They have to try and remove all the animals, and then they take the person to court. You know, so they have a whole court system for animals. We don't have that in the UK. We don't have anything like that. So really what they do is penalize people who already are destitute. And the idea is that, like here, you have to have a license, I think, to have a dog. But people get around these systems, you know. Money will get you around any system, unfortunately. But animals is an industry. Animal trafficking is an industry, you know. Not everyone that trades in animals could care less about animals. In fact, a majority of them don't. And then look at like influencers as well, yeah. Like look at all the influencers that get pets and then mistreat them. And they just get them to like make videos with them and be like cute in a video or say, oh, we've got a new dog. And then they don't put the time into training the animals or looking after them properly. This is a whole subject of problematic situations. Right, I am determined to find this guy's message. Give me 1 second. It was on recent. Okay. Okay, so then you've got I found one of his replies. The guy who actually replied, these people tweet so damn much. I'm going to look through tons of this stuff. This, 'cause, 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 what was I going to say as well? Yeah, like, so yeah, I was saying about this Anne Widdecombe situation that they're obviously attracted to as well, because it's like conspiracy theory. Oh my god, it was a terrorist attack on someone that has spent their whole career like being offensive to loads of people that aren't white. Because the other thing is, like, I've seen some, because I when I saw it had happened, I was like, oh, let me go see what they're saying on Reddit. Yeah, so I just went and put it into Reddit, and it was only political Reddit pages and a couple of like the TV shows that she had been on that were posting about it, which literally, like I said, it was, the police were saying, please do not speculate, and they don't say anything to the people that do the speculating. It's the public that get blamed for this, for the speculating. The public were not speculating, they were not leading the speculation. It was all being done by Farage and these channels. So yeah, as I said, literally days before it happened, he had already had to resign because he's in a massive corruption storm right now. He's literally been exposed for not declaring certain money he's been donated. I mean, it's funny because it's a really similar system he uses to some of these people that I'm showing you in this video. The same sort of mentality and system applies. It's like talking about migrants, talking about bins not being collected or being rubbish not being dumped because, you know, that the overall problem of there being too much waste and nowhere to put it, no one wants to address that. Much easier to blame one person for doing one thing and get everyone angry about it because they already are racist, you see, and then they start getting donations. Why do they start getting donations? Because certain people want to be connected to whoever's in power. But yeah, so that's all going on. Then he's got this thing with this crypto guy who is basically a criminal, has committed criminal activity in America. Like I said the other day when I was talking to Eamon on our live stream about Nigel Farage, I was like, he's a financial fraudster. But I've literally lost this guy's this is really, really annoying me. Oh, okay, maybe it was someone else then, because this person said he found the exact location and contacted the vets and RSPCA. Neither will do anything to help. But he'd already said or someone else had said, I think I'm getting myself confused. I do apologize, everyone. Yeah, anyway, going back to what I was just in the middle of saying. Yeah, so with all this going on, this Anne Widdecombe murder happens, and so Nigel Farage, like, it came at a very good time for him because he was able to focus on something else other than the fact that he's been investigated for accepting all this money that he hasn't been declaring, and he's now using this as an excuse for asking for extra protection from the police. yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is like people have been saying, or some people have been saying, that Anne Widdecombe was a lovely person to everyone around her. Oh, I think I finally found it. I finally found it. Oh my god, it was a different guy. Okay. Yeah, let me finish a sentence. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away and I forget to finish my sentences. Yes. He was going through all of this. So Anne Widdecombe gets murdered. So obviously she was in his party. So it's a perfect opportunity for him to take the focus away from that and pretend that he's really upset about Anne Widdecombe by driving to her house and started doing press conferences outside, speculating about who could have done it. And obviously everyone who supports him and that party, they desperately want it to be someone who isn't white and who isn't right-wing. Turns out it is a white guy. But yeah, just as that was happening, his main opposition in the area that he resigned from, being the MP for, is someone who wears a dustbin on his head. So this is the insanity we're dealing with in our country right now with this going on. Right, I just want to show you this last little thing, which I'm really sorry I didn't have ready, but I lost my place. Sometimes that happens. So yeah, she posted. So that guy that I just was whizzing through, his ex account as well, he posted her the video, and then she posted it under her original tweet saying, "Amazing, the video I posted showing a dog being pulled along an unknown British road, even though it literally said it in the comments." Oh, so actually I've seen that. So she posted this on July 15th, right? So she posted the original post on June 22nd. Sorry, the original post on June 22nd. On that same day and the next day, people were literally naming the name of the road and saying where the nearest vets was and saying that the dog had had an operation. Whether that's true or not, that's what they were saying in the comments, yeah? And then on the 15th of July, after this guy makes his video on the 12th, or posts it on the 12th, saying that he used his open source intelligence programs and special GPUs, this, that, and the other, to find out the location, and then contacted the RSPCA. She writes, "The video I posted showing a dog being pulled along," which someone else posted to her, sorry. "The video I posted showing a dog being pulled along an unknown British road caught the attention of geospatial analyst and YouTube video maker Colsto. I can't claim I understand exactly how he did it. Well, he looked at your comments." This is what I'm saying. It's a scam. Sorry, but what else can you read this as? Seriously. But he's pinpointed the exact location. And also, like, this whole thing of, like, finding out someone's location is really dangerous. It really is. Like, when you don't have enough context about people and posting videos of people to people that are, like, literally want to kill you. There's so much talk about violence and I'll go to prison for it and stuff in those comments. This is who you're exposing these people's location to. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing it for something like I think the reason why we were talking about it was because we were talking about the Michael Jackson video where he's in Epstein's house, and a few people have dismissed it and gone, oh yeah, well that was when he went to visit him in Palm Beach that one time. And I'm like, it doesn't look like the Palm Beach house to me. Just go and buy the flooring. There was not parquet flooring in the Palm Beach house. However, there was flooring in the Paris apartment, but we've seen very, very few photos of the Paris apartment. But there's also like an electrical socket and some like item plugged in on the floor. Like, these are the kind of things that you can look for as clues as to understanding something, where it was taken or whatever. But like, no one's really interested apart from me in saying that Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein had a relationship. Even if it was not super close, it definitely existed. And that just literally disproves every single scammer and fraudster that carries on maintaining that Michael Jackson was not a pedophile, because he blatantly was. And certainly because they like to say, oh, he was just an innocent guy, he didn't have a childhood. But yeah, he was friends with a known pedophile. I don't care what anyone says. Jeffrey Epstein was known by his friends to always have young girls hanging around him. If Michael Jackson gave one, I don't want to use a swear word, about young people and children, that would not have been someone he would have chosen to spend his time with. So that's the reason why I find it interesting. But yeah, going back to this, I am now in contact with him and will update on any further progress. Please do use the link to the video in the comments. Our DMs are open for information. So I'm just going to end with this comment from Dark Mountain Walk, who says, I surf the anti-animal abuse vids and threads in here. I drop a lot of bombs people don't appreciate. I also cruise the channels that claim to be ignoring the abuse of animals by posting piece after piece of staged rescues, graphic abuse, and AI slop. This stuff generates a lot of activity. As a previous dog law warden / animal control officer, I can tell you that much of the content we see is either staged, AI, or abuse being recorded by the abusers, then packaged and delivered as some sort of outrage piece. Unfortunately, a lot of the stereotypes of people who are comfortable with perpetrating this abuse are true and accurate. It is often a cultural issue, but also a complete lack of conscience in any issues surrounding harm of animals. The usual suspects are often involved too often. There you go. She doesn't reply to any of these people's comments, by the way. But yeah. Just an easy trick, really. Easy trick. Yeah. Anyone donating money or thinking that either of those people cares about anyone other than themselves needs to get a reality check, because you're being conned. All right, guys, I think that's all I've got for tonight. I hope anyone that watched it enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.